Alright guys, I've got a few Game Gears here, and one is beat to shit. The face is all scratched up, and the back's all busted up, and it doesn't really turn on. And I've got another one that turns on, but the screen is way too dark. You can turn the brightness up all the way, and it's still barely, even if you angle it, you barely see it, and 90% of the knob is just pitch black, so there's something wrong with the screen or something related to the screen. But the backlight does come on, and it comes on. I'm hoping between these two Game Gears I can make one, working unit. So we're going to open these up. Here's the one that doesn't turn on at all, so it could be related to the power supply here. There's the soundboard that they're known for having problems with too, and hopefully I can open up this one and between the two get some parts working, and then I've got an idea with the face from this one that's all beat up. I've got an idea for it. So alright, so the one that wouldn't turn on, it would actually flicker on for a second and then shut off, and so I guessed it was the power supply. So what I did is I took the power supply out of the good one that had the bad screen, and I put it into the bad one that had a good screen, and guess what, boys and girls? Works great. Actually works really good. Now as for the faceplate being all buggered up, I've got a solution for that, and it comes in the form of blue spray paint. Now the Game Gear was dead and the case was all banged up, so I thought it was a perfect opportunity to spray paint it. And the key is, whenever you guys are going to do something like this, whenever you want to paint something, the key is to scuff up the plastic first, sand it, clean it, and if you have some form of clear coat, I prefer the satin clear coat because it doesn't give too much of a shiny clear coat on there, but it protects the paint, and this thing's not sticky when you touch it. So if you have a clear coat, I like the satin clear coat. That works good. The problem with a shiny clear coat is it'll make the thing look too shiny, and it'll reflect all the imperfections in the plastic or the paint. Whereas here you're seeing mostly the shininess of the speckles of the paint, and the clear coat's there just to add that layer of protection. And so when you're touching it, you're not actually touching the paint. There's that clear coat on there. So I've mounted the new board in the, or I should say the older board in the newer front, and it's ready now to wire up. This is the soundboard, and the speaker plugs into there, and also this, whatever this would be for, main connection here. And then this is the power supply, like I said, and that'll plug into there. Now luckily it fit, because there's a difference here. Even the boards, if you look at this board, it's got one big chip on it, and I'll put them side by side, I guess. You can see that there is a difference. This one has 2 chips here, and this one has 1. This one has 2 chips here, and this one has 1. So there's been a change to the board at one time, and also to the shells, because this shell is brown on the inside and this shell is silver on the inside. But luckily the old shell and the new shell and the old board and the new board all line up. So now we just have to put it back together and test her out. So here we go, from 2 shitty looking Game Gears, one with a bad power supply and one with a bad screen, we've come up with one decent one that works great. Actually, the screen on this one works really good. so once again, it never hurts to have some spare parts lying around. We still have some spare parts lying around. This power supply is obviously no good, so not sure exactly why. It's not too obvious looking at it, but there are some really small fuses on it, and obviously something's wrong with it. Extra buttons. And this is the motherboard with the bad screen on it, but we also have the extra soundboard, and those are known to go bad on the Game Gear, so we'll keep that extra soundboard around. And this should be, see if I can get a good picture on the screen for the, there we go. This should be good now, and it's blue, so it looks unique, even though you could get these blue anyways, but that's that.